Hey guys, it's your girl Shauna Graham, and I'm back on YouTube. Can you guys believe that? Me either. It's been about like 2 years since I've last recorded my last video, but I recently dropped a podcast. It's Yellow Couch Talk. You can find it on Anchor and Spotify. And I wanted to reach more people. I wanted to have my podcast on another platform. So YouTube was a good idea because you guys can see me actually now, instead of just hearing my voice. So yeah, excited for this new adventure, and let's get right into the video. Hey guys, it's your girl Shauna Graham, and welcome back to another episode of Yellow Couch Talk. Today's episode is going to be all about trust issues and how I feel it can affect your new relationships that you guys are, getting into, or how it just affects your life on the daily. And we're going to get into why Shauna has trust issues. So, guys, if you're listening, I decided to start an actual YouTube channel. Well, just not start a YouTube channel, but post videos on my current YouTube channel that I haven't posted on in about 2 years. So if you guys are interested in actually seeing me, you can see like my yellow couch behind me and my grass wall and my forest of greenery. So yes, let's just jump right into the episode. So today, yeah, like I said, it's going to be about trust issues. And today's quote is actually, "Trust takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair." And that comes from no one. When I looked at this quote, it didn't have like anyone that it said it actually came from, but it's honestly the truth, because this just goes back to my old relationship with my ex, and how I thought the situation was something and it wasn't. And it just like our trust, well, my trust for him, it literally went away within seconds. And it's so crazy because I trusted this person for so long, and it just went away like within seconds. It's like, wow, I really can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? But I really think my trust issues stem from my childhood. And that's because my mom used to have people around us when we were younger that she trusted, and honestly, she trusted them and they did us harm. Sorry if I look out the window. I have my blinds open, and there's people like riding bikes and just walking across the neighborhood. So I do apologize if I look over there. But yes, so it's like my mom had these people around us and they harmed us, you know what I'm saying? And she trusted them. So it's like at a young age, I already knew I couldn't trust people, is because how can you have friends or even a spouse that you trust and you bring around your kid? And this is just for any situation, and they just do harm to your kids. You know, that's so scary. That's so scary. That's why I'm so glad that I don't have kids, because it's like, even if I did, I started dating someone, I have to trust them enough to bring them, like, to let them into my heart and to bring them around my children if I did have children, because like people are so untrustworthy, and it's so scary because you really never know anyone. Like, I feel like you can be like with Ted Bundy situation. I feel like his wife, or that was his wife, I believe. Like, she was married to like a serial killer and she had no clue. Like, you never know. So, you can never know anyone. That's so scary. But yeah, so from childhood, that's like when I first knew, like, I was just like, people are like, you can't trust people. And then another situation, I was in third grade. I remember this story like the back of my hand. But when I was in third grade, this is a quick story time. When I was in third grade, I remember that we had those little wristbands, not the ones that you pop, not those ones, but those wristbands, and they have like different sayings and stuff on them, and they came in so many different colors. But those were like very popular when I was in third grade. And I remember my mom wouldn't get me one for some reason. But I remember
Back it up, back it up, back it up,
next to, his name was Malik, and he was literally sat right next to me in class. And I remember he had his in his like desk, and I took it over the weekend, and I was gonna return it, you know what I'm saying? But I was just like, wow, like this, it was so tempting. I was like, he left his bracelet, like I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna bring it back on Monday, you know what I'm saying? I just want to keep it for the weekend. Y'all, I remember I came back to class on Monday and I put his bracelet back in his desk, and I told my friends, I was like, y'all, like I took his bracelet, but I put it back. Like, he never even would have known that I took it if I wouldn't have said anything to anybody. But here goes Shauna wanting to blab and tell everybody about how she got away with murder, basically. Yeah, but I remember I told my friends, and guess what? They snitched on me. Like, they really snitched on me. I'm like, wow. But y'all, this is the only time I've ever gotten in trouble in school. But yeah, I remember my mom came up to the school and they were like, yeah, Shauna took this property. Like, what do you want to do about it? I don't even remember everything after that, but oh, this guy's walking past. That's awkward. Hope he wasn't looking in the window. But yeah, that was like my second experience with like trusting people, because I'm like, it's not like I took his bracelet and I never gave it back, or it's not like I took a pair of his shoes. It's not that deep, y'all. It's a bracelet. And even if I didn't return it, I could have freaking bought him a new one or whatever the case was. But yeah, that's the second situation I remember I couldn't trust people. I'm like, wow, y'all ain't ish. We in third grade. We like so young and y'all just snitching on me like, that's probably why I don't like having friends nowadays, because I'm just traumatized. But so I think the biggest situation of my life was with my ex, because we were building, if you go listen to my old episode, Teenage Fever, I dive into it a little bit, but it's like we were building this life and I was getting ready to move to Pennsylvania with him, you know what I'm saying? And guys, I don't think I really told anybody this, but I was so obsessed with having a child. Like, that's all we would ever talk about. I was so ready. Like, as soon as I moved to Pennsylvania, I was like, oh, I'm getting ready to have a baby. Like, I was so ready. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because if you asked me 2 years ago about kids, oh, I was ready, you know. And you've asked me today about having kids, I have two different mindsets. Like, if I met someone and we started, like, you know, falling for each other or whatever the case was, and he was like, oh, let's have a kid right now, I'm like, nope. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually had to sit down and like can talk to myself about everything, consider all the facts and all just everything about the world. You know how scary it is to bring a child into the world nowadays. Like, I mean, having a kid, it's scary anyways, because you just never know. Like, you can get all this advice from people, but everyone's situation is different. Raising kids are just, it's different for everybody. And especially for Black people, because it's like, I always wanted a daughter, right? But what if I have a son? You know what I'm saying? It's like he has, even a female, because, you know, Black women we don't get enough credit at all. But that's another story, another topic, another episode for another day. But like, imagine my son having to just go to the store and him never returning, or him playing with a water gun and getting shot by the police. Like, it's so scary. I want to cry, because this is just like such a deep conversation that a lot of people don't have. But it's just like, oh, it makes me so emotional, because having kids and letting them go off into this world is so scary, because you never know if they will return home safely. And it just be like the small situations, or even Breonna Taylor's situation. She was at home, y'all. She was at home in her own house and she got killed. Like, it's just so scary being a Black person in America. And a lot of people, they act like white privilege isn't a thing, and it is. Like, you have the freedom to go out and walk and jog and go to the store and even get pulled over by the cops and not have to live in fear that you will die. Okay, I'm getting so emotional. Let's just move on from that topic of having kids. But yes, I was just so ready to like start a life with my ex and have kids. And in my head, everything was so solid, you know what I'm saying? And that wasn't the case at all. Like, when I got that message from that girl, I was just like, he's really living a double life. Like, you're over here telling her I mean absolutely nothing to you. And I don't know, like, you're gaslighting her and you're gaslighting me to think, you know, we're so important in your life, which we probably were or are, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you really are living two different lives. And it's like, you lived all the way in a whole state, 8 hours away from me. Like, I really don't know what you're doing when we're not on the phone, because we were in a long distance relationship. So it's like, that was the biggest thing. The two biggest things in our relationship was communication and trust. Like, that's all we had to go off of, is because we don't see each other on a daily. So it's like, I trust that you're doing what you're saying. I trust that you're, going to the gym or going to work or whatever you're telling me. I trust you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I have to go off of. Like, I have nothing. I don't see you on the daily. Like, I can't just be like, oh, bye, kiss you for work. Kiss you, what? I cannot give you a good morning kiss and send you off to work. Like, I'm on the phone with you and I see you getting ready for work and going to work. But besides that, I don't have anything to go off of. But I really just felt in my heart like we were so solid. And that's just why I don't trust people, because I gave my ex so many chances, you know what I'm saying? And that second time, like whenever I broke up with him, after that girl messaged me, I should have been done with the situation, because I caused myself so much more like pain, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Like I didn't trust him after that situation, but I still was just like, in my heart, I was just like, just give him another chance. But it's hard to come back from like not trusting someone, you know what I'm saying? And another situation, for example, that I went through, I started dating this guy, and the feelings just came so fast, and he just neglected to tell me a piece of information about him that I should have. Like, he just was very selfish in the way he went about things. And my feelings with him were so strong, and it just sucked, because it's like, now you're telling me this information after this certain period of time, and it's like, now I don't trust you, because you just didn't tell me. You didn't consider my feelings. You didn't consider myself. You really didn't respect yourself enough, or even respect me enough. And you said these words to me. You respect me and you would never want to harm me. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is why, y'all. This is why I do not listen. Like, anytime anyone ever try to sweet talk me or say words to like try to get me suckered in or whatever, no ma'am. I do not trust people's words, because people can talk a good game, but if you talk it, you need to walk it. Like, show action. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a podcast, I don't know, I hope I'm not like yelling, because I'm very passionate about people and them lying. But where was I? So yes, I feel like people, they talk a good game, and I just don't, I'm not falling for that shit like ever again in my life. Like, I don't care if you be like, baby, I love you and I want to take you out to dinner, and I want to start a life with you, and I see my future with you. Like, that's nice. That's nice. But no, I need you to prove it to me by your actions. And let me use my ex again as an example. But I remember when I had broke up with him, and he sent me this long text message, and he would call me and just like basically just be like, I love you, I'll never do it again. You know, those things, such type of words and situations. And he's like, we can start our family, and I can't wait to have a daughter with you. Like, and that suckered me then, because he knew how bad I wanted to have a kid. Like, I wanted a daughter so bad. Like, so bad. It's crazy, y'all. I was like, ooh, I'm glad I'm out of that headspace. But I wanted a kid so bad with him that I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go back with him, and I want to try to work it out. But before that, I was very sure that I didn't want to be with him. Like, I gave it a period of time where I didn't go back to him, but then he started sending me like edible arrangements and things like that. So I guess that can be an action, you know, where I was like, yeah, he's actually making the effort to want to get back with me. But in my head, I wanted him, like, this is the action that I wanted from him, and I didn't receive it. But like, if your girlfriend just broke up with you and you are 100% that you want to be with her, edible arrangements, they're cool. But I need you to drive your ass to Ohio, take the 8-hour drive, show up with flowers in hand, chocolates in hand, and prove to me that you want to be with me. Like, no. Girls, guys, do not listen to people's words unless, I don't know, it's like people can say so many things to you, But unless they're actually taking action, don't believe them. But that's also hard. That's also hard because here, guys, I've been through so much shit, and it's so hard to I don't want to contradict myself, but people are so weird. People are weird, right? So this guy I was dating, right? A situation where I came home and my neighbor was outside of my house and he was drunk, and it kind of frightened me because I'm a single person. Like, I don't have no one to protect me like on a daily basis besides myself. And it just scared me a little bit, and I was like cuss my neighbor out. But it's like, if he tried to like do anything to me, like I can kind of defend myself, but what if I couldn't? But lucky it was just like a situation where he was just drunk and he was just on my front porch, and I just cussed him out and he left. Like, luckily lucky it was just that type of situation. But I had texted the guy that I was dating, and I was like, I just explained the situation. He's like, oh no, like that's not okay. And he drove here and, made sure I was okay. And it's that type of stuff that was like, made me like, oh, I could see myself with this person, because he like actually left his home and came and made sure I was okay. But that's just mixed signals. Guys will do stuff and not want to be in a relationship with you or not want to pursue you. They just, I don't know. Like, I didn't understand. Like, you're coming over, I'm cooking for you, you know what I'm saying? We're going out on dates. But here's where I'm contradicting myself, because unless a guy actually says he wants to be with you and he wants to like start a relationship with you, then that's the only time where you are actually in a relationship. Because guys will do all these things, like come over, do dates, cook for you, say all these things, you know what I'm saying? But they won't want to like be in a relationship with you. So that's where I feel like I'm contradicting myself, because it's like there's two sides to it. But I still don't trust people's words because there's just so many instances where people have let me down. They've said things and they promised me things and they just let me down. And that's where a lot of my trust issues stem from. And it's hard to like go into a new relationship and just be like 100% like, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely something that you can build, but just like with that other situation, it's like this person just forgot to mention like something that's so big in their life, you know what I'm saying? And I just didn't trust that person, because you could have told me this in the beginning and things could have went differently. But now it's like, oh, I have these feelings for you, but I don't trust you. But you're coming to me and you're saying we can build trust and we can work on it. But it's like, I don't think I want to work on it because I don't know. Like, I just don't trust you. So I know a lot of people have trust issues, because it's just people are they're so selfish, and they always want to try to protect you, I guess. So they lie to you. But it's like, in my opinion, right? Say if I was dating someone and they cheated on me, I'd rather you be honest with me then, like when it happened, like, instead of waiting like 2 years, say 2 years down the line, I just find out. Like, I'd rather you tell me before than tell me so many years down the line, or so long, wait a period of time to tell me. No matter how hard it is, I feel like I would take it better like sooner than later. And that's just me. Like, I'd rather you not lie to me up front or hold this information in and wait so long. Like, it's only going to grow. And people too, they're like habitual liars. Like, I remember this one instance. I was at work and I was sitting there and the lady was telling me a story, right? And then she goes and tells someone else the story, but she didn't like include all the details she told me, or she didn't say the same story. She didn't say it the same way. And I was like, you're lying. Or she would like, I don't know, like, people are just so funny. And I'm like, I'm a people watcher. So I just like, I peep everything. And it's so funny because I'm just like, y'all really be out here lying to each other. Like, I don't know. I just really don't get it, because people like that, they'll tell a story or whatever, or they'll lie about something, and then they'll forget what they said. So then when they go to the next person, they have to like make up something else. Like, if you don't lie, then you don't have to keep making up shit. But I think that's about it for today, guys. I hope that if you have trust issues, I hope we're like on the same page and we're trying to grow and learn from it, because it's really something that can affect like, you know, my next relationship, and I really don't want I don't want to bring that baggage into my next relationship. So I'm definitely working on that. And I don't always want to feel like I can't trust people, because it's not even just like men, or it's like friends too that I have a problem with, and, you know, trusting, because people are just weird as fuck. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Yellow Couch Talk. If you're out there, you can click, if you're watching it on YouTube, you can just go in this description box and follow me on Instagram at Yellow Couch Talk, and on Instagram at Shaunagram. You can also check out the website. And if you're listening, same thing goes for you. Follow me on Instagram at Yellow Couch Talk, and on Instagram at Shaunagram, and look at the website for any other information. I'm going to try to put my YouTube videos on my website so you guys can watch from there as well. I'll see you guys next week. Peace. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed my first visual podcast. I'm trying to get more comfortable with like looking at the camera, because usually when I record on my laptop, I'm just rambling, using my hands a lot. So I'm trying to get used to just sitting here and being interactive. But it should get better within the next couple episodes. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to my very first episode of Yellow Couch Talk on YouTube. And be sure to catch up on the platform Anchor or Spotify to see or listen to all the past episodes. Have a good day, guys. Peace.